Hi, Arrow.
Hi, Arrow.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Absolutely fantastic. Very excited to talk with you because this is so original. Love and translation. My God.
It's a fun ride. You are going to love this show because we love it. And it's something that we haven't seen when it comes to relationship shows. And Tripp really goes through it.
Yeah. And these were uncharted waters for me. I've been in the military. I've been all over the world. And this is something I could never compare any experience I've ever been through in my life.
None of the women speak English, and the guys, they've got to learn how to use their eye contact, body language. I mean, Tripp, I can't imagine what that was doing to the inside of your soul.
Yeah, it was tearing me up. It really was. You're getting on something there because it is hard when you got such a blockade, when you really want to try to find out what they're thinking or express how you're feeling. There's just a blockade, a massive blockade. And sometimes it's like, oh, my God, you try to blast through this thing and you can't figure it out. So eventually, as time goes on, you figure out, okay, well, maybe can we get around it? So,
and Arrow, it's really interesting too because when I put them through the experiments, I don't know if Tripp's like, oh no, here we go, or it's more of there was that frustration, but also the ability to figure out how you're communicating. So there's funny moments, there's drama, there is a lot of frustration off the top because I'm able to communicate with the girls and the girls are able to communicate with each other, but the guys are left out of this whole situation and they really get tested.
And I can't just be like, hey, Sangita, can you tell her this?
I'm like, no.
And the girls are from all over the world. It's not just one little area.
Yeah, that's the best part. We have 12 women from around the world, and this makes it really exciting because not only is the language barrier, but also culturally, what do they want from a man? What is love to them? What is that connection that they're feeling? And it's fascinating to see what they expect from the guys through the episodes as well. And the drama, the way some of the women were talking, you're like, is she really mad? She's not mad. It's just...
Like, oh God, did I do something? Like, I hope I didn't do something.
No, but it was just her being her.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like you can't even tell. There's just so much mystery.
Yeah, and Arrow, it really is 90% of communication is nonverbal, and this is why we're testing it out. And it's really interesting to see because, Arrow, you think about the way you connect with people. What's that communication you use? Is it touch? Is it the way you look at someone, the way you laugh? And I think that's what people are going to get out of watching this show is like, how do you make that connection?
To me, it's the art of facial expressions. And that to me is what helps sell your thinking.
Exactly.
Yes.
And, some people are very good at keeping their face, not telling the truth. And some people really show it on their face. And I think that's what we're going to see through this process. And
you start to see a lot of raw emotions. And I found out that was a really good way, too, is just to, if I can't speak it, maybe I can just let it out through my face, through my eyes, through my tone, whatever I could find. Because you can't just get right down to the bare bones of the thing and say, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
So maybe you soften your eyes a little bit and, kind of
body language too, right? The way you cross your legs. It's all of it.
Your posture, everything. You can just adjust it all to express maybe a thought, feeling, or whatever you see that's going on.
Yeah, and it's flirtation too, Arrow. When you think about how do you approach someone, like the flick of the hair, or does that mean she's into you? Or does that mean she's walking away? It's all of that. And that's what makes it so I used to be an engineer, so everything has to be tested out one way or another. And this experiment really does prove that language, you don't have it, but there's a way to fall in love.
Tripp, the three guys absolutely know English, but the thing about it is you're from three different regions of this country, and you know how it is. I mean, if you were from the South, we would be doing things differently. So, I mean, how did you deal with that, being from three different regions?
Well, for me, it was easy because I used to be in the Marine Corps.
Right. So
I'm used to different American cultures, different geographical locations all coming into one place. So that's my natural environment, is to empathize with other personalities and other cultures. So when the language is there, that's easy day for me. Take the language away, not so easy.
You guys were holding each other's hands, like you guys.
We were.
Bonded.
I just saw him last night.
What is she saying?
These guys, I keep in touch with these guys, Arrow, to this day.
Yeah.
These are good
It's
friends
so
of mine.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I had them. To go through. If I don't know what, I think I would have lost my mind if I didn't have anybody to talk to.
Wouldn't you say that this is the very first show, though, that really has put focus on do not stereotype someone, learn from them?
Yeah, definitely.
Well said. That is so true. That's one of the things also in this series is that we see the women have a lot of power. They decide if they want to go on the dates with you guys. They decide if they want to leave the house too. And it's interesting to see, again, there's that frustration between the communication, but how they try to change their ways so they're able to make that communication happen and that connection. Even with you guys, like I felt like you guys really did bond, but it took a while for you guys to really figure out what you guys were looking for, right? You guys were really saying, what is it? What is it that you want? And it's fascinating to watch that as well.
Yeah, you certainly have to reapproach, reevaluate when you come into a situation like that where, okay, language is out of the question. Like, well, okay, all of my traditional approaches and ways of communicating are completely gone.
No pickup lines or anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, pickup line. I'm not a pickup lineman, but at least I feel like I speak very well and listen very well. So you take those two out of the equation, I'm in uncharted waters here.
Yeah.
But I believed right from the start. You'll see in the beginning of the show, an experiment happens that. It made me believe right away. I was like, maybe not only is this possible, but maybe words sometimes get in the way of a true connection.
Yep.
Yeah, Tripp really knows how to talk through his eyes. I feel like that's your real way of connecting with people.
That's good.
Really beautiful eyes, but also the way you talk with your eyes is pretty incredible.
This is going to change the game over at grocery stores because, so many relationships start at a grocery store. And it's like, I think this is really going to be a game changer.
Yeah, can you pass me the celery? Like, you don't even have to say, go pick it up in a very seductive way or, whatever it is. I mean, even pheromones, Arrow. You talk about, the smell of a person. We even test that out. We even test out, massages, touching. And if do you feel it? It's fascinating to watch and then unfold the way we do all. It's all coming back to us.
I channeled my whole soul through a massage. I focused completely and tried to channel every molecule of energy of my soul through my fingers. I've had, and I swear it worked.
I put them through it. I really do.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
I love it. You got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Arrow.
It's so fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, this has been great.
Will you be brilliant today, okay?
Thank you, Arrow.